Be done with knowing and your worries will disappear. How much difference is there between yes and no? How much distinction between good and evil? Fearing what others fear, admiring what they admire? Nonsense. Conventional people are jolly and reckless, feasting on worldly things and carrying on as though every day were the beginning of spring. I alone remain uncommitted, like an infant who hasn't yet smiled, lost, quietly drifting, unattached to ideas and places and things. Conventional people hoard more than they need, but I possess nothing at all, know nothing at all, understand nothing at all. They are bright, I am dark. They are sharp, I am dull. Like the sea, I am calm and indifferent. Like the wind, I have no particular direction. Everyone else takes his place and does his job. I alone remain wild and natural and free. I am different from others. My sustenance comes directly from the mother. Adopting a strict set of moral principles will almost always lead you to stand out from others. This is true not only of Taoism, but of many other philosophies, religions, and schools of thought. Standing out is uncomfortable, because we naturally feel unsafe when our connection with others is threatened. But if we choose to follow the path of Taoism, Lao Tzu warns that we will inevitably find ourselves apart from others. There are many reasons for this. Often, people adopt their opinions not from thoughtful study, but from the prevailing opinions of the day and accepting them as fact. Of course, this is only natural, because joining other people in their opinions affords us a sense of safety and belonging to the group. But it's important to understand that an opinion is not necessarily correct just because it is widely accepted, or just because it's pleasant to listen to. When a person has dedicated themselves to an honest search for truth, their quest will inevitably lead them contrary to popular opinion from time to time. Recently in the Discord, we had a really interesting discussion where somebody brought up a short video that they had seen. In this video, a person said that in Taoism, the standard is not to resist anything and to just go with whatever is happening. Another person in the video then asked the first person if that means that he should not resist the Nazis if they were taking over his country, to which the first person had no good answer. In the group, we discussed this video and some of the flawed assumptions about Taoism that were at play in what was being said. One member of the Discord brought up an excellent point by saying that Taoism is concerned with going along with the flow of the Tao, not necessarily the flow of other people. I thought that this was very well said. Often we become confused with this concept of going with the flow, quote unquote. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this phrase, but when we use it to describe Taoism, we run the risk of misunderstanding its principles. Taoism, of course, does not teach us to go with all flows. It teaches us to follow the Tao. 5 minutes mental examination of this idea of going with all flows exposes it for the fallacy that it is. If going with the flow truly meant that we were supposed to go along with what everybody around us is doing, then all of the principles of Taoism are false, because I guarantee you that most people are not adhering to them. In addition to the principle of going with the flow, Taoism teaches mastery of desires, patience, softness, flexibility, other-centeredness, responsiveness to intuition, all of which are completely contrary to the attitudes of the world at large. If Taoism means that we go along with other people in all things, then Taoism is self-defeating. There are a million different currents from a million different forces at play in our universe, and we can choose to follow any one of them. Taoism is not the philosophy of following whichever current happens to catch you at any particular time. It is the philosophy of choosing one very particular current over all others and following wherever it leads. When we do this, we are pretty much guaranteed to find ourselves being set apart from other people. Because of this, there will be times when we feel like everyone around us is happy and we alone are left out and miserable. This is the cost of following a path like that of the Tao. We choose to give up some things in favor of other things. Although we may have given up the chance to be like everyone else, we have given it up in favor of the guidance and companionship of the Tao. And let me tell you, that's a pretty darn good trade. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for Chapter 21. Peace and blessings.